Frank Bello from Anthrax showed up to one of your gigs. That was pretty cool.
That was the Montclair. That was the Wellmont Theater in Montclair, New Jersey. I also had a quick meetup at a Cuban restaurant with the guys in Cassius King. And we just put out a new record. So it was kind of like, and here's the interesting thing, kind of sidebar, is I make records with people that I've never met before.
Yeah.
So the Cassius King, I have 2 records and I've never met the bass player. And I just met the drummer for the first time last week. And I've met Dan, the guitar player, the main songwriter, like 3 times in my whole life. And that was one of them. So they came to the show. They loved the show. And yes, Frank Bello from Anthrax showed up, and it was great to see him in person and hang out with him. He hung out. He came to the Armored Saint dressing room and stayed all night.
Yeah.
Held court all night. Him and Joey, right? Him and Bush are close because of Anthrax, and him and Joey are close because they're bass players. And there was just them and their friends, like Joey and a few friends came up and just took over the dressing room, and me and Jeff were just like there hanging out going, wow.
There was a really great photo making the rounds on social media of Bush and Bello watching you on stage with Armored Saint. And
if you look closely at John's face, he's kind of going like, and he's pointing up he's pointing up like he's pointing.
I'm supposed to be up there. What am I doing here?
Like, what? It's like, what?
Like, another thing that dawned on me while all this was going on, especially when Bello showed up, we've had Frank Bello on the podcast twice. Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, John Bush was our featured guest the week that you were fronting Armored Saint. It was just purely coincidental that his episode went public and aired that same week.
Yeah, the day I'm getting on the plane to go relieve him.
Yeah, he's our featured guest on the Talk Louder podcast. And then I realized when there was a group shot backstage of you with Armored Saint and Frank Bello, and I realized we've had everybody in that photo on the podcast except for Joey Vera. We've had every member of Armored Saint on the Talk Louder podcast except Joey Vera.
And like a pest, I immediately said that to Joey. At some point, I go, you're the only one in Armored Saint hadn't been on my silly podcast, and he goes, well, we can fix that.
Yes, we should do that. We should get him on the show sometime real soon.
Yeah, I think that they only have 3 more shows. No, that's wrong. They have like 10 or 12 more shows to go. That's a big tour.
Yeah, that is.
WASP tour is big.
Yeah.